Hi, I'm Ty. Welcome back to the Phantom 4 tutorial series. Today, I'm going to give you some important tips for both flying and safety. Remember, safety is a priority every time you fly. You should always be aware of your surroundings and location, and also know your local laws before taking off into the sky. Before starting this video, you should also read over the flight section of the user manual and the quick start guide so that you can start off on the right foot. The best environment for flying in is outdoors in a wide open space away from people, animals, and airports. The Phantom 4's advanced vision positioning system will keep it flying steadily indoors, but it is best to leave this until you are a bit more experienced. Before you fly outdoors, look around and ask yourself these questions. Am I in an open space that's free of obstacles? These could be power lines, buildings, or fences. Am I a safe distance away from other people or animals? Is the weather appropriate for flying? Is it calm enough and not raining? If you answered yes to these questions, then you are ready to fly. But always remember these important rules. Always maintain control, even if you're using automated functions like tap fly and active track. Keep your hands on the remote controller or keep it within easy reach in case you need to stop or take control during an automated flight. Maintain line of sight with your aircraft. Don't fly too far away. Avoid flying behind buildings and other obstacles that might block your view. Always monitor your altitude. For the safety of full-sized aircraft and other air traffic, avoid flying over 400 feet, or 120 meters above ground level. When you first fly, the orientation of the Phantom is extremely important because the direction it faces changes how it responds to your control inputs. First, place the Phantom down with the camera pointing away from you. The Phantom is now facing away from you. Now we're going to turn on the remote controller, your mobile device with the DJI Go app, and the aircraft. First, turn on the remote controller by pressing once, again, and holding down the power button. Next, check your mobile device is on and plugged into the remote controller. Now, turn on the Phantom 4, just like the remote controller. Press the power button once, then again, and hold. Now that everything is turned on, we are ready to fly. To keep things simple for the first flight, we are going to learn to take off and try out some basic flight maneuvers using the control stick. The left stick of your remote controller controls altitude and yaw, or horizontal rotation. The right stick controls pitch and roll, which is easier to think of as front and back and left to right movement. To go higher, push the left stick up. To go lower, pull it down. To rotate left, push the left stick left and push it right to rotate right. To fly forwards, push the right stick up, and to bring the Phantom back, pull it down. To move left, push the right stick left, and to move right, push it right. As you first start flying, remember to fly slowly and use small movements on the sticks. Now that we've gone through the basics, we need to prepare the Phantom 4 for flight. Before each flight, and especially when flying in a new location, a compass calibration is recommended. After the Phantom 4 is turned on, tap Camera in the DJI Go app, then tap the status bar at the top center of the screen. In the compass line, tap Calibrate, then tap OK in the pop-up menu box. If you do not have your mobile device available, you can start calibration by flicking the flight mode toggle back and forth over 10 times to trigger manual calibration. When ready to calibrate, the Phantom 4's status indicators under each motor are a solid yellow. Now, hold and rotate the aircraft horizontally 360 degrees in a counterclockwise direction. While you do this, the status indicators should stay a solid yellow. When the indicators turn green, horizontal calibration is complete. Next, Point the aircraft downwards vertically with the camera facing the ground, and again, turn 360 degrees in a counterclockwise direction. The aircraft status indicator should flash a quick green to indicate a successful calibration. If you are seeing red and yellow alternating flashes instead of green, this means calibration has failed. Move somewhere else, away from anything that contains metal, and try again. Once you have calibrated the compass, set the Phantom 4 down on a flat surface and wait for it to lock onto GPS and GLONASS signals. Once it is locked on to enough satellites, the DJI Go app status bar will turn green and say, "Safe to fly." When it leaves the ground, it will record its home point. So now you're ready to fly. Launching your Phantom 4 into the sky is simple. First, turn on the motors by pulling both control sticks down and towards the middle. The motors will start to spin. This is commonly known as arming the motors. To get up into the air, push the left stick up. Alternatively, you can use the DJI Go app to take off with a swipe of your finger. Once you have it at the desired height, return the stick to its neutral position. You will notice that it will hover in place, almost as if it's being held there, while its motors are idling and waiting for your control stick commands. Let's try out the control sticks. When I push the left control stick up, the Phantom rises. When I pull the left stick down, the Phantom lowers. By pushing the left control stick to the left, the Phantom will rotate to the left. And when I push it to the right, the Phantom will rotate to the right. Now on to the right control stick. To fly forward, move the right stick up. To move it back, move the right stick down. To fly left, push the right stick left. And to fly right, push the right stick right. Those are your basic movements. Now remember, as you fly, the Phantom is using its obstacle sensing system to see the area in front of it. This means if you are about to fly into an obstacle, it will stop, keeping your Phantom safe. This same system means that if you trigger return to home, the Phantom will fly over or around obstacles in its path as it comes back home. Just remember, obstacle sensors are only at the front, so be careful when flying backwards or to the side. Let's try landing. Pull the left control stick down slowly, but not all the way. You should avoid landing at high speeds. Just before your aircraft touches down, move the left control stick back to the center and let the Phantom hover. Then gently pull the left control stick all the way down for a nice, soft landing. You can also use the DJI Go app to trigger an auto landing procedure that will take care of landing for you. To turn off the motors, pull the left stick all the way down and hold for 3 seconds, or until the motors stop. You have now completed your first flight. Once you get more confident with flying, you can start experimenting with the Phantom's various flight modes. P mode is your regular flight mode. It includes GPS and GLONASS satellite positioning, visual positioning and obstacle sensing systems that make flying easy. It is also the mode you need to be in to activate intelligent flight modes, including waypoints and point of interest, and automated flight modes, including active track and tap fly, which I will explain in more detail in other videos. P mode is the default mode of your Phantom 4, so to enable the next two modes, you need to enable multiple flight mode in the DJI Go app. S mode is sport mode. It opens up the Phantom's full speed of 45 miles per hour or 72 kilometers per hour, but keeps you flying with full satellite and vision positioning support. Obstacle sensors will be turned off in this mode, so don't turn it on unless you are in a big open space. And of course, make sure you fly safe. A mode stands for attitude mode. This switches off your GPS, but keeps altitude control. In this mode, you will not have return to home, So make sure you do not use this mode unless you are completely confident in your flying. Thanks for watching.